the minister made mention of those who are saying that Nigeria is a failed state, and he asked the question at the end: if Nigeria is a failing state, what would you say of then, when the nation, almost 1/3 of the nation, was under the reign of Boko Haram?
First of all, what I would like to say is that there wouldn't be analyst of doom if there wasn't a government of doom. Buhari's government is a government of doom, and Lai Mohammed is a spokesperson to the government of doom. And so he needs to understand that that's why there are analysts of doom. Coming to the issue of the fact that local governments were in the hands of Boko Haram, one of the things that Lai Mohammed needs to understand is that there are some of us who live this history, and under our watch, we would not allow history to be changed. There were local governments under Boko Haram, and in February 2015, the Jonathan administration decided to give 6 weeks postponement of election for them to fight the war. And within that period, that war was fought and these local governments were brought in. And it's unimaginable that something that is factually available, there are empirical evidence that a spokesperson, a minister of information will come live and lie about such things. And I'm using my word very well, lie about such things. During the 6 weeks postponement of election was when the government, Jonathan's government, decided to fight the war that they had ignored all that while, and they were able to bring back. As of May 29th, 2015, when the mantle of power was handed over to Buhari, there was nothing under occupation. He can go and recheck again. And the war was fought. After a while, all of this, the whole thing, the people who were actually fighting the war, the likes of Colonel Abu Ali and co, were suddenly being killed in mysterious ways. And citizens were demanding, what is going on? Are they deliberately being sabotaged? And I remember when Colonel Abu Ali was brought into Abuja, the president himself went to Edo State for politics, showing where the preference of this government really is on. Coming back to the issue of Nigeria being a failed state, Lai Mohammed sits there and speaks, but can he travel from Abuja to Kaduna on the road? He can't. Today we have our military men and women using the train because they cannot use the road. We have over 300 children being taken away from their school on the day that the president went to Katsina State, that same state. The terrorists were so brazen. They knew that we have an ineffective commander-in-chief, and they went ahead with it. And he's telling us it's not Nigeria is not a failing state. Nigeria is a failed state. But
if I take you back to the question he asked, if I take you back to the question the minister asked, when even this Abuja was under bomb, you yourself went to the center of this city, the federal capital territory, to protest and ask for the return of the girls that were kidnapped. As at that time, people couldn't travel to their villages in most parts of the northern state. But today we don't see that in the FCT. You have not heard of bomb blast in the FCT. So why then did people not say that Nigeria is a failed state?
Ejoma, please calm down. The fact that you're sitting in your studio and you are not a victim, don't abuse the sensibilities of those who have become victims.
I am not doing that. I'm asking a question as a journalist.
I will take exception to that because I say this thing that the media keeps on doing. I don't know whether you guys are spokespeople for the government or not. What do you mean by Abuja, that we are sitting comfortably in Abuja?
Those were the statements by the minister. I just reflected on what the minister said.
People are being killed. Kankara children, if your children were taken away from school, will you sit there and tell them and tell the government that they are doing well? Kankara boys were taken away. Do you know the trauma they went through? They had to travel on foot for hours, and there was nothing. There was nothing for government to go and meet them. Girls were taken away. People are being killed and taken away on Abuja Kaduna Road. People can't travel there. Awochi Bini Road, people cannot travel. Lokoja, we are talking of Abuja, Lokoja, Okene, and Awochi. People cannot travel there because they are being killed. And we sit down here and we are missing words. We're just joking because we are not yet victims. The thing is that dead people can't talk. And those of us who are alive, we should not be afraid of government. The fact that Lai Mohammed has put this NBC fine under our media does not mean that our media will shut down their voices and allow themselves to be tools to be used. What are you talking about? There is poverty in the country. There is insecurity in the country. Even the president himself doesn't feel safe. How often has he gone to Daura? He went there on the day he went to Katsina State. He's in his own state at a terrorist attack, and they took away over 300 children. And we are here missing words, are talking about the fact that, oh, during Jonathan. Look, Jonathan's era is over. There was insecurity during Jonathan. That was the reason why people voted against Jonathan and brought in Buhari. And right now, the insecurity has worsened. It used to be on the fringes in the northeast. Today, we have the northeast, the north. Practically every region in Nigeria is facing a whole lot of insecurity. And we're here mincing words. And we're here saying whose own is better, whose debt is better. Debt is debt. Insecurity is insecurity. And it has worsened now to the extent that citizens can no longer travel. Citizens are having to save their money for them to pay ransom. And one of the things we need to understand, of course, is the fact that you no longer have bombings in the city. It is not because this government has done anything. The terrorists have changed strategy. Our hinterlands are now in their hands. Even people who are farming, before you harvest your crop, you have to pay the terrorists, you have to pay the bandits, you have to pay whatever name it is that they want it, they call them. Isn't that the every definition of a failed state? That today we have farmers having to pay bandits hundreds of thousands of money before they can go to the farm and harvest their crops. The same government that says that it's an achievement, it's under the agriculture. Yet people cannot go to their farms. Yet people are being killed in their farms. And you're telling me about, oh, because I can walk in the park in Abuja. I always walked in the park in Abuja. The fact that I wasn't killed in 2014 doesn't mean people aren't being killed. The fact that you and I are still alive today doesn't mean that people weren't killed. And I will always repeat what I say. Yesterday's victims were once survivors. Today's victims were yesterday's survivors, and tomorrow's victims would be today's survivors. And those that have been killed will not be killed again. The rest of us that are alive are those ones that will be killed. And when we are dead, it will not matter whether NBC is going to find us. It will not matter whether Lai Mohammed, threatens people. All that will matter with that, we are gone and gone forever. And dead people do not talk. So it is in our own interest for us to do all the talking, especially the media that is supposed to be the first thought ethic.
All right, thank you very much. I wish I had enough time, so I'll just allow you to keep talking. Hopefully, we'll be talking more on these issues because we have not finished. We still need to talk until we see a result in Nigeria. Is that not what you also pray for?
Absolutely. I will continue to make the matter citizens, and no government is going to intimidate us in any way whatsoever. We have a right, and no Nigeria is more Nigerian than any Nigeria. And Lai Mohammed should please respect his age. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Thank you.